Hey everybody, welcome to the official Run Button Let's Play of Stellaris. If you see any other Run Button Let's Plays of Stellaris, those are unofficial, non-sanctioned Let's Plays, and they will have already received the cease and desist. My name is Keith Carberry, and with me on the first episode is Austin Walker. Hey Austin, how are you?
Hey, how's it going, Keith?
Pretty good. I actually literally just finished installing this like 5 minutes ago, so I haven't looked at it at all. And so when I had in my head to do an ongoing Stellaris series where I would have different people on trying, like, a sort of not actively but knowingly working against each other, it's sort of, I didn't think that I would have to start with you explaining how to play the game to me.
Oh, but here we go.
But here we go. We're going to do it.
There's a totally okay tutorial, is the thing I'll say. Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
All right. Tutorials don't make great Let's Plays.
That's fair. So those are some races, but who cares about those? Who needs the starter races?
Oh, wait, okay, so I can create a new...
Yeah, so like there are these 8 starter races,
yeah.
but none of them, that's not exactly true, none of them are in the game. Like, they're just like, yeah, here are some examples of races you could play as.
Okay,
humans are in the game. If you're not a human, you can find, like, Earth. In the galaxy,
United Nations of Earth is right here.
Right. But I'm saying that, like, if you create a new empire, none of these other empires will be in the game except Earth will be in the game, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we have to create.
Earth in there. It's not a space thing.
Totally. I think we have to create a new empire.
Yeah. Oh, I totally agree. It's not. I mean, this Let's Play has its roots in a Stream Friends Let's Play of Crusader Kings 2, and everybody knows that if there's a character creator in a Stream Friends game, you do it, and you do it for hours.
Correct. So here we go.
Okay.
Appearance.
So
just go to appearance.
I just click on this, and that's how I change it. Okay, it's not saying...
Right.
These aren't, because this does not look like a lot of options.
No. So go in the top left and click appearance, and let's start there.
Okay, well...
But I think that'll help us narrow down who and what we are.
Okay, well, that's something.
That's something.
That's something. What is that even?
That's some sort of mammal. We would determine what that is. So this is just like, what do we look like? This is none of these portraits give us any bonuses or negatives. We'll determine all that. You can be the Gonzos. Look at those Gonzos.
This is a good Gonzo.
I want some mammalian Gonzo.
Really
I think Gonzo's kind of a bird, but
I like this with the really thick horns.
I like those thick horns.
This is sort of a porcupine thing. Oh,
yeah.
no, there's even, okay.
So there's a lot.
On the side,
yes.
There's a lot, okay.
Yeah.
And you've got this guy.
You're into these tall head boys.
I like there's something about the tall head boy that I
like these space turtles.
Girls.
Yeah, that's a weird mouse over bug.
I think this thing looks vicious.
That thing looks mean.
Yeah. This is like
also good horns on that blue one.
This is like imagine if a frog was Mogwai. This is what happens when you feed the frog after midnight. This is a frog gremlin.
You don't want that. And then in Frog 2, it's that, but also it's really smart and it gets like Einstein hair.
Like this eats after midnight, and then
it turns into yeah. And there's one of them with big boobs. That's the other thing that happens in the sequel.
Oh god, I forgot about that. Oh my god.
There's a real good Key and Peele sketch about that sequel. I'll link it to you later.
Fun fact, thank you. Fun fact, Gremlin's first PG-13 movie, I think.
Oh, wow, I believe that.
Yeah.
Those guys are assholes. Here's something that's interesting about this game is I'm like 30, 40 hours into my game now.
Yeah.
And like I have associations with each of these species now from my first game.
So you know, like, don't be them, they're assholes.
But that's bullshit. That's not true. It's just I'm racist against them because of...
This is a slender neck.
Yeah.
This is an elegant. This is vicious but elegant.
Yes.
This is a top contender for me.
Okay. That's what you like, vicious and elegant. Man. I like these penguins.
Yeah. Okay, the arthropoids. These are some bugs.
These are some bugs.
This is a Beetleborg here. This is the villain from Monsters, Inc.
Oh, I was going to go with Men in Black, but yes.
Oh, yeah, them too. All right.
What if is that a crossover? Is there a crossover there that we didn't ever realize?
I think there's money in all of this. I'm pretty sure that this is... I got the middle SKU of this game, the Nova edition.
Yeah. So that means you got these
What's that?
You got like the spider pack.
Yeah, I think that this is that spider.
Okay.
I don't know for sure. I don't even know if that stuff installed properly. I just know that it was like I found a deal where it was 25% off that made the Nova pack less expensive than the Steam version of the regular thing.
And so what we're going to do, not get that pack?
Yeah, exactly. This is a cool thing.
Yeah.
This is a cool...
I like what's going on there. I don't know what it... Where do you think that face is?
I don't think there is a face. I think it's just a mouth.
Okay.
I think it's just like a like it just has... Sensors. Right? Like...
Yeah.
Molluscoid.
Yeah, those are like fishy people.
We got a Hydra.
That was like Hydra, yeah.
We got a Cthulhu.
There's a couple of Cthulhus
There's a few Cthulhus. This is like a Cthulhu light.
That one's like a heart that's beating.
Yeah, this is like if Cthulhu... This is like a Cthulhu that an eel just...
It's also kind of a limp starfish with a snake wrapped around it.
Yeah, something like that. This is that one's weird. This is a brain bug.
I would say it's a Hanar.
This is an accountant.
That's definitely an accountant. No, go left one more. You go back to the Hanar. Look, you can totally...
Yeah, oh, it is a Hanar. Okay.
Or it could be a Hanar or a... What were those things called in Morrowind? Did you play Morrowind?
I did. Oh, the walkers, like the fast travel guys, the Striders?
Oh, no, not the Silt Striders, the floaty ones, the Netches.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
They're like big, weird, floaty boys, yeah.
Okay, they also do look like the Striders. This one, I thought had no eyes and was just a nose, but it's got very sad little eyes right there.
Yeah, very sad. It's
very
good.
sad little eyes. And the fungoids.
And then we just got some fungoids.
Yeah, this is nice.
That's a nice, elegant-looking fungoid.
Yeah, this one...
Oh, it has some dastardly things going on.
This one schemes and like rubs. You know how raccoons will rub their hands together? That's what this does, but isn't cute enough for it to be like, oh, it's thinking.
No, wait, go back. Oh, it's about to do the thing. This does a gross thing. You're gonna watch it until it does the thing.
Let's do it.
I promise.
Okay.
It's like the thing you really don't want it to do, and you don't know you don't want it to do until it's doing it.
Oh, it just puffed out of its head.
It just, I don't know. I don't know what's in there.
Oh, it's got like an explosion in the top of its skull.
A head explosion. Yeah, I don't want it to do that.
That's probably spores, right?
There's probably it's sporing. That one looks sad.
This one does look sad.
Oh, it has big weird holes.
It does. It's breathing up here, but its face is down here.
Okay.
Also, it's sporing.
They're all sporing.
Yeah.
That's like a cat that's been fungoided.
Yes, this used to just be a cat.
Yeah.
And this used to just be a Turian.
Yes. This is the bad ending of it.
This one looks a lot like...
Yeah, I hadn't realized this about the fungoids. Holy shit. Like, I'm coming to this with
Are the
new
fungoids
eyes.
just some of the other ones, but like turned?
Maybe. I think it was an avian or a reptilian that had that one. Check reptilian. Where? Oh yeah, there. No, it's not quite that, but
we both know which one we mean.
I think we do. Maybe it was mollusk. I don't know. No, because these all have weird face things.
Yeah.
Check reptilian again. I think it was a reptile. I thought it was.
I thought we were farther along than this.
Maybe. It's not the one in the...
I guess it just disappeared. I guess it's just
you know what happened? The fungoids got it.
Yeah, the fungoids got it. He's just not there.
Yeah.
While we were, it's like friends at the table. While we were deciding, some shit happened, and that
another game was going on, and it fucked us.
Yeah. This is creepy. That head.
There's lots of bone things happening here, with then like vines coming out.
Well, this head area looks like a nest.
Yes.
That looks like something that like falls apart and things crawl out of.
Yeah.
And that one's a goopy one. I don't like the goopy ones. That's just a mushroom.
That's just a mushroom.
That's like, no one even got this. This is just what happens when mushrooms age. Like, evolve.
A lot of these are just mushrooms.
A lot of these are just mushrooms.
That's an evil mushroom.
This is an evil mushroom. These tentacles, as they get closer together, that's when the scheme forms. And this was a pig.
Oh my god, look at that poor pup.
Pig? I think it's
a pig. I could see it being
it's got a pup, but it's got pig ears, but a pup nose.
But then also all sorts of weird, voidal, fungoid.
Listen, extraterrestrial life is a complex utopia. Oh, here it is. Wait, there's a guy.
Oh, is that him?
Yep, that's him.
Okay, so there
and then boom.
Okay, it's similar.
It's similar.
There's something going on there.
This is.
So, you know what's weird?
What?
I think they look more confident as a fungoid. I feel like the fungoid got in there and was like, hey, you know what? You're doing okay.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah, just have some feelings.
I agree.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Yeah,
it feels pretty good.
I mean, that's sort of that's the allure of. I mean, I don't want to. I was going to say that's the allure of the dark side, but I don't want to make a fungus. All fungus races out to be like Sith lords, but if they're taking over other species and just turning them into mutated versions of themselves.
Are they turning them into mutated versions, Keith, or are they turning them into the right, true versions?
The one true version.
Yes. So what are you feeling? Let's pick
what?
Go ahead.
I was originally feeling like one of the more humanoid alien things.
Yeah.
But then I really liked this slender dino bird.
I kind of like the dino bird.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the dino bird. Do you have any
The one
input?
downside of that is I don't think you get to wear clothes as the dino bird.
Oh, okay. I'm out. I want clothes.
You're all about clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm cool with the dino birds. Well, here's what we should at least do. Let's go back to the dino birds. Maybe the colors of the dino birds will make up for their lack of clothing. So let's go ahead and let's skip down to the word ruler.
Ruler, okay.
Yeah, and then go through the color. Oh, wait, it does say clothes. It doesn't say color variants. See if there are clothes. No, is that just bugs?
That's just not.
All right,
anything.
that means they're all gonna look, and you can't click on color variants
here.
Yeah, but it's grayed out. So.
Oh yeah, so I'm just.
Yeah, let's not do dino birds.
Let's not do dino birds. God, you messed up, dino birds. Sorry.
That's a shame.
Well, this bird can wear clothes.
Oh, that bird can wear all sorts of clothes.
This looks a lot like you know the really intense bird from the Muppets.
Yes.
This looks like that bird's mean stepdad.
Oh wait, do I have a DLC pack you don't have or something?
It's possible. There's a SKU higher than the one that I bought, but I don't think it has more. Why are you looking for something that you're not seeing?
I need to show you. There's a bird that you don't have.
This bird cannot breathe the way.
I love that bird so much.
This is. I
love that it can't breathe. There's a bird you don't have, and it's gonna kill me because it has such good eyebrows.
Is it?
I need to send you an image of the bird I'm talking about so that you can put it in the video.
Yeah, I'll do that. I can do that. Send me that. So let's do this. Okay. I like this goof. I didn't notice that there was a bird that couldn't breathe.
Yeah, that's a good one. What are the colors on this bird? I want to see if we can get a good bird color situation. All right, yeah, purple. There's some good stuff in there.
There's some good stuff. There's not a lot. There's
not a lot.
It's
all blues and purple. That's fine though. I just want the important thing for me there is so there's a point at which you're going to be looking at a screen that's who's on this planet? Which population units are on this planet? And I want it to be okay, it's a bunch of different people. Okay. Yeah. Whereas if you're just the one thing, it's this is all the same exact thing.
Yeah. I feel like this is running into a problem that a lot of sci-fi stuff has, where unless you're a human or very humanoid, there's not much you can do to look different.
Right.
There's humans and humanoids of all stars and stripes, except and then as soon as you stop looking like a humanoid, it's they all look like this.
Just like that. It's not like they have a different hairstyle for this thing, which is a shame because I bet you that would be really cool. I think that's probably
I bet
just
this thing has. Yeah, this has color variants.
Color, but not again. Ooh, those are good colors.
These are good colors. I like this ice type.
That's what it is. It's an ice type. They're like Eevee. There's a bunch of different types.
Yeah. Because they have a whole thing for phenotype, and then there's nothing.
So go to human really quick, and you'll see how this is such a human-centric game. And go down to ruler here, and you'll see there's all sorts of.
Yeah.
And then inside of each of those, there are different hairstyles and different clothing options.
No color variants, but
because that's what they mean by phenotype.
Yeah,
it's different.
It's not.
Different races.
Yeah, you could an alien race you've never heard of. It doesn't exist. Can have a color variant, but
we're fucking past that shit on humans. Let's go.
Yeah.
I get it. They didn't want to make these weird horse goblins have 7 different hair types or whatever. Oh my god,
that's not okay.
That's a space vampire.
Someone needs to help this boy.
Yeah, see if you put him in some different clothes. Maybe make him look better. There you go, buddy. Now you him all dressed up.
This makes him look rich, but it doesn't make him look better.
My favorite political cartoon. Donald Trump without the tan or wig.
Oh, that's not okay.
That's not. I'm mean. I'm mean. I'm sorry.
You can be mean to Donald Trump. It's okay.
You're right. It's fine. All right, so let's pick something, and I know again
let's
it's
actually
us.
run with a choice.
All right, let's pick a sub setting, and then we'll pick something in that sub setting.
Okay.
I'll get a D6 if you don't pick something.
You know what? I'm gonna do a reptile.
Okay, so let's go through these. Let's find a good rep.
I like the Ithorian a little bit.
The Ithorian's okay, but I'd be afraid I'd just make an Ithorian.
This guy looks serious, and kind of
does.
And he yawned and also kind of like a cat a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with that.
Okay, I mean, all right. So let's go back to name really quick. Yeah, let's pick some clothes for our person.
Just see what
that'll help us.
I like that. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, me too. I like both of those.
I think I'm gonna go with this.
Yeah, something about this is okay. I'm getting an image in my head of what this is. So let's go back up to the red name thing.
Okay.
And let's roll some dice and just see if we get something that kind of sparks us. We don't have to choose one of these, obviously, but
is this the name of the individual, or
no? This will be the name of the species.
Plural, Goxy.
So like Goxy, yeah.
Bacasharan.
Rothaki.
I like that. We'll come back to that. Ooh, I like
apostrophes are good here.
You know what?
What about? I think we have the same idea. Go for it.
Okay, you tell me if this is. Were you gonna do that? Were you gonna take the L?
No.
From there.
That's pretty good though. Flex Karga's pretty. That's pretty good. I was gonna say we should take the Rothkey from the previous one, and tag it on. That way, it's Flex Rothkey. But now Flex Rothkey is kind of good.
Let's go for a full. Let's just do this.
Yeah, I'm on to it.
Wait, what was the thing that we were adding?
I don't even remember if it was. I can't quite.
Flex Conger Rothkey.
Yeah, got it. So what's the plural of that? Is it Rothkeys? Is it just Rothkey again with two eyes? Oh yeah, right.
No. I like the two eyes. Hold on.
One Rothkey, two Rothkey.
Rothkin.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. Is that the adjective form? That's the adjective form. Right? Like, I really love all this new Flex Kargan Rothkin art you have here.
Was it Rothaki?
It was Rothaki.
Okay.
It was Rothaki. Flex Kong Rothaki. Yeah, good. It's a very complicated familial history.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
Oh my god. That's where the plural is? The plural is okay.
Flexes Kongan Rothaki.
Make sure you get the A's. Yep, you got it. Okay. Good. So now hit next. Oh yeah, good. It has to be all the way. Yeah, good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The plural's on the first one, adjective is in the middle.
Right. It's a very complicated language. We're very thankful for universal translators. So now we have to choose what the names our generated places and people will have based on these name lists. So if you click on a name list, it'll be like, hey, your shit will look like this.
Oh, I messed up my shit. Hold on.
Okay.
I went to make sure that I was still recording properly.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and everything minimized. Okay, sorry. What did you say? We got to choose our all these names for all these things.
All those names.
Ship prefix. What is that? What is that for?
That'll be like USS blah. Like if you want, but first let's pick a set of names. That way we know like what it would actually sound like.
Okay.
So this doesn't show all of them. It's just like, hey, this is the sort of thing you'll be looking at here.
Right. Yeah.
Some of them are just like, nonsense words, and other ones will be like...
Yeah, like I bet the human ones are all just like,
Right,
Valentina.
Or like... There's a bird... Go to the avian ones. One of the avian ones is just like... something feather.
Starflock.
Right, or like, go to avian 2. The leader names will all be... Maybe it's 3. Yeah,
Skywing X-Tac.
Right, exactly.
That's good. Beak of Ivory. Yeah.
They're okay, except we're not birds, so...
Right, we're not birds. And we're not co-opting bird culture.
Exactly. Now, fungoid culture, I'm not promising anything.
Right. I like some of this fungoid stuff. I like this.
Fungoids,
I like that this is like...
Yeah. It's like a biological name.
Yeah. All right, so let's go back. Let's go back to Reptilian and take a look and see what the Slithering Star Hunters. That sounds like a B movie.
That does sound like a B movie. I think I've seen that MST3K.
Ooh, Skulker. I like skulking.
Yeah, I like these. I wish I could combine different sets.
Oh, do we have to pick a set?
Yeah, we have to pick a full set. Yeah.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
Yeah. That's one of those things. One of the things I'm really excited to do at some point is like, I'm gonna have to build a Friends at the Table mod for just names. That's just like, oh yeah, these are the sorts of names we use.
I think I might go with Reptilian 1.
1 second. Is someone knocking? 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Apparently my shower is leaking into the floor below me.
Oh, that's not good.
So my landlord just showed up to be like, hey, we got to do something. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
So that'll be not now, but tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Sorry about your downstairs neighbor's shower or
yeah, I guess
bedroom,
whatever.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, I hope not bedroom.
I might do Mammalian 3, and I'll tell you
what's
why.
in there? Tell me why.
I like that. First of all, everything is immediately pronounceable for the most part.
Yeah.
Second is that, which is, it wouldn't be important if I was just playing by myself, but if I'm going to be recording it and constantly having to say, like, Fissikert.
Whoa, excuse me, Keith?
All right, cut, edit point. If I have to say stuff like,
right. You're in trouble.
Yeah, I'm in trouble. And I would like to see how much people's actual like personalities line up with blank the blank.
Oh, that's really cool.
And if it does, it would be great. And if it doesn't, it'll be funny.
But those are ship names, which makes it even cooler.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. I just assumed that they were.
So like you'll have a leader named Lahim or whatever in the whatever.
One taught the yellow. Oh wait, that one makes sense. I picked the one that made sense. Limpak the Baneful.
Right. I love that.
Yeah, I like this. I like this for ship names. I didn't even notice that they were ship names. Because in my head I was like, oh, fleet names.
Right, that's
which is even weird because that's like, it just has what the general, like, oh, this is that general's armada.
I would guess, yeah.
Ralpakin's armada.
All right, yeah, let's go with that. I like that. All right. Also, let's go back. Do we want a prefix on those ships?
Oh, yeah.
Or does that fuck this up?
Yeah, I guess like USS.
Also, wait, what's the name of our species
Armada. Again? What's that?
What's our species name again?
Flex Conga Rathaki.
So what if it's like the FKR, whatever, the magnanimous?
I think it might. I think it might.
Is that
be
too
stumbling.
much?
I think it's too much.
Okay, let's just
FKR,
no ship prefixes.
Lisamont the Green.
Yeah, right, too much.
Yeah, no prefix, no prefix.
Okay, so now we're gonna build the actual like what our species is.
Okay. So you said I have something. I know what I have in mind for this. For when I saw this guy, I said I want to hear what you had in mind first, and I can see.
I have more politic stuff in mind than in terms of like what their physical bodies do.
Yeah.
And this is like basically physical body stuff. I take some. It depends on like how leaning into the sci-fi stuff you want to get. But like there's some stuff in here. The majority of this makes total sense. Like if strong is like, okay, yeah, they're like a strong race. They have like big muscles. Like I get it.
Very strong.
Especially in terms of like sci-fi stuff. That totally makes sense. But one of these is like decadent. And it took me a while to be like, yeah, like decadence is like built into your genes. That's weird. Okay. But it could totally work if you're being super sci-fi weird alien species.
Right. Yeah. I guess the problem is that it says genetic traits when like decadence just sounds like a culture thing.
Exactly. But again, I guess especially because the way decadence plays out in this game is there need to be slaves on the same planet as you, otherwise you're not as productive yourself. Because you like to know that there's someone worse than you out there.
Oh, that's not what decadence means.
Oh, someone is. I think my dude is still here. I'll be right back.
Sure.
This is good. This is all good.
What's up?
I'm glad I'm recording locally.
You're glad you're what?
Recording locally.
Yeah. Yeah, this will not be, especially with recording locally now, probably to cut out.
Yeah. Okay.
So just real quick, the way that this works is very similar to this studio's
exactly the same.
whole thing. So basically, you've got an amount of points that you can spend. These cost an amount of points, and the bad ones cost negative points. So you can have more positive traits by also doing negative traits.
Right, but the most you can have is 4.
Right. Yeah.
So that means you could do 2 bad. You could do 3 bad and 1 good, but don't do that because that will never. You'll always end up with a wasted point.
Right. Yeah.
You could do 4 bad, I guess, if you really wanted to like handicap yourself a little bit.
So I'm gonna pick a few things, and you tell me if it looks like what you had in mind when you saw this guy.
Okay, sounds good.
And try not to let this person maybe being in your games affect that. All right. So he's got that.
He's not that race has not been in my game. So
okay.
What's the thrifty do again?
Thrifty is
you just get more money.
Yeah, positive energy credits. We've got what is this?
So that's like your planet defenses are better.
Okay, this does not have. This is different than I thought it might have been. Adaptive, similar to adaptive.
Right, adaptive is pretty good. Adaptive means that this game has a thing where your species has a certain type of planet that they like to be on. So in this case, right now you have continental world picked. You'll be able to change that later, I think. And that means like, oh, you really want to live on continental worlds, not tundra planets or desert planets. Adaptability means you'll be a little bit better off on other planets. Even other than the type that you're used to.
Ooh, venerable.
I kind of like venerable a lot, but there's like, cool. How do we get there? I kind of like venerable a lot.
I do like venerable a lot.
All right, so maybe what if we lose thrifty?
Hold on, we could also do.
Is there like a big negative?
No, there's no big.
There's no negative. Oh wait, what was that? -5.
-5.
Or was that?
That was +5. That was extremely adaptive.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. God, there's like no. I definitely don't want decadent or repugnant. That sounds solitary is one. I'm
having second thoughts about venerable.
Yeah, it's a big cost. It's a high cost.
It's a huge cost, and I think it avoids one of my favorite things in the game. So which is when leaders turn over.
Oh yeah, that is a very fun part of the.
So that's
it. Also goes. It goes towards like doing a let's play of a thing means you need things to happen in the thing.
Yes, totally.
And so when a leader dies, that's a thing, and that's a good thing.
That's a thing. What happened in this episode? Oh, the leader died. What happened in this episode? Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
The leader definitely didn't die.
And also we've talked about this before, is like doing shorter things. Like,
yes.
And how like it's a thing that I don't like to do, but also it's very important. The reason that it's
like
hard
sedentary.
to do is because you need to have an important thing happen in a shorter amount of time. If that's not one of my strong suits.
Especially when you're playing games like this, and especially when you're not cutting up your videos.
Yeah, exactly.
I like sedentary a lot, actually.
I
like this notion of like you didn't.
I had solitary.
I like sedentary more than solitary.
Well, the difference is this is -5% happiness. This is plus 50% migration time and 33% resettlement cost, and that seems expensive.
So resettlement is probably not a thing you'll be doing a lot of anyway. Migration time will take. Those things are way less important than a happiness drop. Happiness affects everything that happens in the game.
Okay, because I like both of these for the same reason.
So the reason I like sedentary is because I'm thinking about these people as like space Catholics right now, or like space. Like in my mind, that dude looks super religious.
Oh really?
And I
had like a really like a lazily secular sort of like we all want to be politicians guy.
Oh, I think we can find a middle ground here.
I think so. I think that we could do.
I'm certain that we can. When we get down to the government bit, we'll be able to do that.
Okay, so government stuff is not in here.
That's not right. Correct.
Okay.
Correct. In fact, we might want to jump to government stuff next because I think it's the most important.
Okay.
Once we finish the traits.
I'm torn between intelligent or industrious. I had
They're both
thrifty,
good.
so I guess I don't need industrious. If I do that...
Does that even out? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
totally.
that does even out.
So industrious and thrifty are two different things. So industrious, I think thrifty is better.
I was deciding between industrious and intelligent. Like, I didn't know which one to do.
I'll explain what the two different what those three things are. Those are basically those three things are all of your major resources. There are kind of 6 resources in the game. Sort of, kind of. There's minerals, which is what industrious gets you.
Right.
There's energy credits, which is what thrifty gets you. There are the different research currencies, the society, physics, and engineering output, and then there's a thing called influence, which I don't think there's any. I don't think there's anything that gives you influence in here. Which is
there's leader experience, which I think is...
that's different. It's similar, or it's related, but it's different.
Yeah.
Minerals are used to build things like new ships, new buildings. Excuse me. Energy credits are used to pay for the upkeep of things. So like, do you build a cool new, module on your space station that lets you observe further away from your space station? Like, okay, well, it's going to cost you an extra energy credit every month.
Okay.
And thrifty will be really good for those costs. So like, if you have a big fleet, that's just going to cost you a lot of energy credits to keep after you've already built it.
That sounds important for a long term.
Yes.
Where this might give you a boost
thrifty
up front in expanding. This will keep you expanding longer.
Yes.
Okay.
So I like that, and I like intelligent as like, I think this is now building into our like weird middle ground between kind of snipey bureaucratic politicians and weird space Catholics.
Yeah, exactly. I do. Yeah, snipey politician is exactly the right thing.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go down to government and ethics next, and that'll help because I think that'll help us name everything else. All right.
Like, this guy looks to me like he's part of a society that, like, there's too many like, what do we do with all these politicians? Like, there's more than we need.
All right, so let me explain this wheel to you real quick.
This is a complicated wheel, and then there's this. This is starting to
so
like Arctic
let's
Alive.
not even look at that quite yet.
Okay.
So there are, what is it, eight parts of this circle?
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Each one is set up in a pairing. So that's militarist, and then opposite that...
militarist.
Right. And then opposite that is pacifist.
Okay. So this is a color wheel.
It's a color wheel, right. So that's spiritualist versus materialist. So I definitely think we're at least green spiritualist.
Yeah? You don't think maybe collectivist?
We can be both. So you have 3 points.
Okay.
It takes 2 to be a fanatic. It takes 1 to be regular. So that, and at each step you just get a kind of a bonus of a different thing, and then it also changes how you'll respond to different things.
Oh, I thought there was 2 xenophobes, but it's xenophile.
No, xenophile. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just go over them really quick. It's militarist and pacifist. It's xenophile, people who love aliens. Xenophobe, people who hate aliens or are scared of them. Individualist and collectivist, which is sort of their take. I think it's easy to break down to like, is this side communism and this side, capitalism? Like, not really, or are we kind of Western democracy, sort of, but not really. The collective on the left side here, collectivist is very much like, hey, who cares about personal freedoms when the greater good is this big society on whole?
Right.
So lots of like ancient tyrannies were actually collectivist things, in that it isn't about what the individual right is; it's about what the collective can do together.
Right.
The Borg would be very collectivist. I think ancient Egyptians would probably be collectivist spiritualists or something like that. Whereas individualists are all about like, what's the collective do for me? Like, yeah, society exists and that's okay, but like mostly what does it do for me? And so the far click on the far right individualist one.
Yeah. Oh, the far right.
Click on that really quick, and it should change your background into this like Randian Art Deco.
Yeah, geez.
Like, yeah. So each thing does a different visual thing if it's like the primary one that you have. Yeah, which is neat. So yeah, I think light spiritualism at least.
I was thinking of either this and then that, or
so you can do 3 as long as they're not. Yeah, you have 3 points to spend. Basically.
Yeah. What do you think about
What's that
xenophile?
One? I kind of like xenophile. Like, is there a notion like, what's their reasoning for it?
I feel like it's xenophile through like self-preservation, like collecting allies.
I like that. I also like that as like everything goes through the church, but it isn't like not because they're not like serious believers anymore. You know, like the whole world is through the vision of the church. Yeah. But like they only go on holidays.
You can go to the church like, okay, so the famous biblical story of like Jesus throwing the vendors out of the church. Like this is the exact opposite, where you can go to the church and like, oh, there's a small mall.
Yes.
There's like there's not a church in the mall. There's a mall in the church.
Yes, totally. The only one here I'm not sure about is Collectivist, because its bonuses aren't going to be great for us.
Slavery? I don't want slavery tolerance.
You probably don't want slavery tolerance. Exactly.
Let's see.
So what that says is really anti-slavery individuals, but there's also just the chance that your people are just going to stop believing what you believe,
right?
Which can lead to rebellion.
Well, I guess this mall thing makes me think maybe materialist instead.
But then we have to lose spiritualists.
Oh, right,
that's
you only have one or the
to,
other.
Yes, exactly.
God, that's annoying because having both would be really interesting.
It would be really fun. I bet that's an expansion coming. What do we think that they think about war?
I think that they avoid it. I don't think that they avoid it because they're opposed to it as much as they avoid it because they think they'd lose.
Okay, so not pacifists then.
No.
They don't believe it.
I mean, you can be a like
you're like they're pacifists
as an adaptive like survival technique.
Right. But not because they think it's morally good.
Right. I mean, you could have one beget the other.
Sure.
I definitely don't think it's militarist.
Right.
It might be pacifist. But I could also do
fanatic on one of these.
Yeah. The only thing that would do is give me big negatives with materialists.
Correct. That's exactly what would happen.
Yeah. And I don't think that the Flex Conga Rathaki want to have big negatives with anybody.
I'm with you.
I might do a moderate individualist.
Yeah, I think that might work. You know, that to me suggests the kind of cynicism around the collective religious experience, where it's like, yeah, listen, we go to church, but like mostly because like there's good meet and greets.
Yeah,
like that's how we actually
there's good meet and greets,
get to know people.
We got to get a. I don't have hair, so that's not a haircut. I guess they have to have their fins trimmed.
Yeah, I gotta get my fins trimmed.
Like, what are we gonna do? Every week I gotta go to the barbershop, get my fins trimmed.
Exactly. And so now we pick our government type. So over on the right, based on what we've selected here, there are 4 possible government types that we have.
Okay. Well,
theocratic republic, theocratic oligarchy, plutocratic oligarchy, and indirect democracy. In general, the left column on all of these are like some form of democracy. The middle is like some kind of oligarchy, and the right is like a single ruler.
Okay.
The right, I think, leads until death. The middle leads for like 40 to 50 years, and the left, there are like regular elections.
Yes. Okay. So I think that
my gut says the theocratic republic.
That's what my gut also said.
Which will also be interesting because of the way it will give us extra core sector planets, which we'll get to later.
Yeah. There's too many politicians for them to not constantly be electing a new one.
Yes, exactly.
There's a high turnover rate.
All right, so now that helps because now we can go. I'd say that let's hop back up now to the name and class of our homeworld because now we have let's go up to the ruler. We didn't name our ruler, did we?
Ruler.
We know what they look like. Yeah, we need a name. Okay, but what if it was just Ralphakin?
Oh, is that what it said?
It said Ralphakin.
Ralphakin. I like that. I do like that.
We can put it in the back pocket, you know.
Yeah, let's do a couple more. That's good.
We're getting. They're like, no, really, Ross.
Keb. They really want that.
Is really good. Timophon is really good because it's just Tim.
Was that it? Was it like that?
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it was? I didn't see it at all.
Yeah. It might have been Tim phone and not Tim yeah. Oliphant. Yep, got it.
I don't know if that's how you spell that actor's name, but it's close enough.
Yep.
This brings me though to
sure.
Should flex be the prefix of all the ships?
Oh, that way it's yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, great.
Good. So now name and class of the homeworld. So like this could be the Flex homeworld, or it's gonna be whatever we want. Or we could roll for it again.
Oh, whoop.
Whoa, what'd you do?
I pressed the backspace.
Oh, okay.
I just did that.
Weird.
Homeworld gains.
Uh-huh. Good. And then the Swole star system. Right. It's really great, because aren't they... did we pick weak? Are they weak?
They are weak.
Good.
It's just like absurd posturing.
Mm-hmm. So now we have to pick which sort of preference we have for worlds.
They're reptilian. I think that tropical makes sense. Tropical,
yeah,
or
I think
arid.
anything on the arid to tropical world makes sense. Like anywhere in that three.
Yeah.
The thing to note is, again, it's really just flavor, because there's going to be, I think, an equal distribution of all other types of planets.
Okay.
So like if you have tropical, that means you're going to be looking for tropical worlds, and then eventually for continental and desert worlds, because they'll be closest to what you have.
So I want to know if desert or arid has more vegetation. Okay.
I think desert is...
Vegetation
no, I think
is scarce, but even moderate precipitation can make the desert bloom, versus the dust-covered terrain consists largely of mesas and canyons. Forests can be found in the more temperate polar regions, but vegetation is otherwise scarce. So I guess this has temperate polar regions, and this doesn't, but when it rains, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you can kind of see it on the planet itself. A couple of green things there. Or we go tropical. Tropical's nice.
Tropical is nice. I just kind of didn't want to give them that.
Is tropical too sweaty?
No. There's air conditioning, and I'm sure they've got domes.
Okay. Well, we'll know what they have in a second. So yeah,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead and
I don't like
cities
Swole
here.
anymore.
Oh, okay.
Do you like Swole?
I kind of like Swole. I want it to be in theme.
It is in theme. It is in theme. It's just a really silly theme.
We didn't name it, okay? The Prophet
You're
did.
right. Yeah, the Prophet named it.
The Prophet wants us to be stronger.
Well, City of Pierre is Reptilian City.
Sure.
Well, let's see what they look like, I guess.
Yeah.
Not avian. This looks really cool. I just don't think it's very functional.
It's not them. No.
Yeah. Arthropod
they don't have
is
wings. They
cool.
can't fly up there.
Fungoid is not cool. I might go with Arthropod. Arthropoid.
Yeah, me too. That sounds right. That feels right.
That building style, I think, is really nice.
Okay.
Okay. What are we doing
So
next?
now the Empire name.
Empire name.
So we named the species, but what's the name of the let's roll the dice and see what they suggest for us a couple times, just to see. But
the mandate.
Mm-hmm.
Flex Conga Rathaki Mandate. Confederation, Republic, Allied Flex Con. Oh, that's good.
It's long.
It's long. The Allied Flex Conga Rathaki systems.
Yeah.
Rathaki's not from Game of Thrones, is it?
No, that's. I was gonna say Kilrathi, but that's not either.
No, that's not it. That's also.
What's the one from Game of Thrones? Dothraki. Dothraki.
Okay,
yes.
Dothraki. Yeah, okay. So
We're
this
big
is different
Thronesers,
enough.
You and me.
This is different. I haven't watched Game of Thrones in 3 seasons. Leave me alone.
I know, that's me too.
I've quit, and I quit watching it 3 times. I quit watching every season. I said, that's it. I'm not watching anymore. And then I did because I was weak.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we already did adjective, right?
So that would be for the Empire, and not for the not for the species.
Well,
so in other words, You know, because eventually you're going to have other species in the Empire.
Right, yeah. Oh, okay,
So if all the Flex, Kangian, Rothaki rebel, like the species, then that would be the Flex, Kangian, Rothakian rebellion.
Okay.
But if you go to war, sorry, someone outside has the biggest engine on their motorcycle and wants everyone to know.
Okay. I know. Thank you, guy.
So I'm thinking maybe we just like come up with a completely different name for maybe not completely.
Follow me here. We've got for the species, it's Flex Kongian Rathaki. For the race, it's Flex Konga Rathakian.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Or sorry, for the Empire.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, great. I think this is great. You sound dismissive, but I'm into it.
No, I'm into it.
This is actually a really good one.
Yeah, it's a solid flag. I think it's always the starter flag though.
Is it? Okay, I didn't realize that was not.
Yeah, there's no random flag button, which is the one random button I really want.
That's weird. That's very weird. Okay, so let's pirate. Okay, not pirate. Let's go for round.
Yeah. That's kind of nice.
This is kind of nice. I don't want it to be a threatening flag.
Right.
No, there's no edges here.
So let's get rid of that red. That red is maybe a little.
The red is maybe a bit much. That's primary color. Okay.
That's kind of nice.
This is kind of nice. Let's see what.
So you can't change the gold of the symbol, which is the one thing I wish you could do.
Oh, I do wish you could do that.
There's a lot of like one thing I wish I could do in this game, actually.
That looks good.
That's cool.
I like this. Do you like this?
All right, let's do this. Yeah, let's do this.
I'm gonna.
Oh, that might be better. I think I like the middle.
The middle?
I think.
Okay.
I think the gold pops really nicely. Oh.
The salmon is good. I think the salmon matches better with this color, but this matches better with that color. But that's a little bit too much. The top.
That's too much. It's too bright. I like.
Okay.
All right, we're just about there. One last little set of things.
This is, by the way, this flag is because they're nocturnal.
Oh, I see.
This is a setting sun. The moon is rising. Okay. This is a fun part.
Yeah, so what do you want? Energy weapons, projectile weapons, or missile weapons?
Okay.
Energy weapons tear through armor. Projectile weapons, I think, get through shields. And
so this is rock, paper,
scissors. Do a lot of damage. It's not exactly rock, paper, scissors. And then by the time you're in like the mid to end game, things like branch off in a bunch of different interesting ways. But basically, it's just pick one of these because you're not gonna know. There's no good, like, as far as I can tell, there's no best starting weapon.
Okay.
Well, except for theme, which is, do you think they have guns, missiles, or like laser beams?
Well, let's see. Hold on. They said somewhat limited in their range. I think that a medium to close range.
I mean, missiles are the farthest range.
Yeah, I'm gonna do farthest range
because they're like
this
not
is
so great at fighting.
Yeah.
Yes. This is maybe one of the biggest choices.
Okay. I would like to do. Okay. Well, it's saying warp travel for new players.
That's totally fair and true.
You have hyperspace travel.
In your game. I like hyperspace a lot, but I like hyperspace a lot. It's hard for me to make a case for other things because of how much I like hyperspace.
No, but the problem with hyperspace is that you can't go off the path of the hyperspace routes.
Correct. So to go over for the people watching, warp is just like, just go somewhere. Just go. Just pick a direction and fly through the sky. But it's not super fast. Wait a second. I'm still sick.
I'm sorry.
Hyperspace is like, there's lanes, and you have to stay on those lanes, but once you get going, you're super fast. And wormhole travel, I think you build wormhole stations and then have to jump to and from those stations, which means, and you go really fast, but you have to go back to that station every time you go somewhere else.
Okay, now how do you build a new station if you can't get there?
The station projects a sort of like, it projects okay, so let's say you're at the station. Let's say we built a station let's pretend that instead of this being a thing that happens in space, it happens here on Earth. You build a wormhole generator in New York, right? From New York, like, I want to go to Boston. Is Boston within range? Like, oh yeah, Boston's within range.
Okay.
It generates a wormhole at Boston. You jump there. Then let's say, oh, I really want to go to DC. You can't just go to DC from Boston.
You have to first build a wormhole.
No, you have to return back to New York and then go from New York again to DC. Now, you could send your construction ships through that wormhole to then build another one at DC so that it can also be a kind of launch pad.
Okay, so you're saying the wormhole you can get anywhere
inside of its range. Exactly. But then you can only go back to the wormhole. Right, exactly. Or to, I think,
wormhole really lines up with sedentary for me.
It does.
Warp travel also seems to. Just because it's slow.
Yeah,
but wormhole
it's not super slow. I like wormhole too. I think wormhole fits my like vision of weird, like their weird religion stuff. I'm just like, yeah, we build big stuff. I got the contract for the new wormhole generator. Mm-hmm. Like, it's the perfect blend of weird religious monumentalism and weird bureaucratic backroom dealing.
Perfect. All right, I'm into the wormhole thing. I'm a little bummed out that it's harder to do and it's just for advanced players. But
we'll be fine.
Yeah,
we'll be fine. It'll be
I'm pretty good at video games.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I don't like this reptilian ship. I kind of like the mammalian ship, but it's the least interesting visually. Like, it's just the most like regular space.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's all right. Avian ships are okay.
I think I might cop the arthropod style again.
Yeah, let's do those. Why not? All right, save.
Weak, sedentary, thrifty, and intelligent. Okay. Individualist, xenophile, spiritualist, nuclear missiles, wormhole travel. Very unconvinced that nuclear missiles are a viable weapon in
space.
I mean, like, in the far-flung future, we're still using, like, 20th century Earth technology.
You will develop more new missiles as the game continues, I promise.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, save it, which saves it to your list of possible things, and then hit done.
Done. All right, done.
Now we have to pick the galaxy size and shape and how many people are in it.
Okay. What is what do you think the benefit is? I don't know if you know. What is the...
it's like, how quick do you want how tight do you want your game to be? How vast do you want the galaxy to feel? I'm always going to say... Not always, but I really like spiral galaxies, though I've never played with a ring, and that could be fun.
I might try a ring.
So the thing with a spiral galaxy is that it's like... Or not spiral. Spiral. Is that it has arms. Like, again, we're playing Friends of the Table. We're playing in a game that has a spiral galaxy. Because the two arms are finally meeting, and that's a really interesting moment in this game, too.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I want to have a ring, because the ring is suggesting... And, hey, I don't know if you know, galaxies are huge, but I don't like. I feel if I had a ring, I feel like it might end up with like, oh, I've got one neighbor on one side and one neighbor on the other side. Yes,
totally.
And I think I would like more people around me.
Yeah. So elliptical is just a big ball of stars, and that could totally work.
Yeah. But I think a four-arm spiral maybe.
That's my favorite. Okay. That's my favorite.
All right. Great.
And then just a bunch of AI empires, right?
Yeah, all of them.
If you really want more, you can go to
what does that mean?
Go to an even bigger. How? It's so hard for me not to just be like, dude, turn up the galaxy all the way. Do a huge galaxy.
Well, what size galaxy did you do?
I think I did huge.
I guess
I like it.
There's no reason not to.
I guess not.
Boom, they're all advanced.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
So those are like if you're starting in Crusader Kings and like Russia is just great. Or whatever, or in EU4 or something. Like, yeah, Russia is just better. Than it's huge. It's huge and it has a bunch of stuff. Like, some countries are just going to be bigger. I keep that number under. For me, I always start with like 4 or 5, just because I'm afraid of starting next to one of those advanced AI starts.
Okay, I'll do 5.
And then normal should be fine. And allowed FTL method's interesting. I leave it at any because I think it's interesting when it's like, oh, hey, that's. You use a different type of technology than me.
For sure. Oh, definitely.
But I do like the notion of being able to play a game where everyone uses the same thing.
Iron Man mode off. Hey, off.
Yeah. Yep, off, for
play.
sure.
Man, we get to play this game.
We do. It's only been an hour.
God, it's been so long. Oh, man.
Apologies that I had to stop a couple of times.
Oh, no, that's not
a plumber situation.
I don't get it. I had already donated my entire afternoon to, like, recording this and editing it and getting out, because I will be goddamned if Run Button doesn't have one thing that comes out on the day that a game is released. I swear to God, we're going to try it one time, and this is going to be the time.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Okay. In the eons since the first primitive Flex, Kangan, Rathaki communities took shape in the dense jungles of Gaines, our civilization has spread and prospered. Great achievements were made both in the advancement of science and the spiritual plane as we sought to expand our understanding of the universe and the role we play in it. A council of our most learned priests was convened to advise our elected leaders, a tradition that continues to this day. Now, after the successful creation of artificial subspace wormholes, the finest minds of the Allied Flex Conga Rathaki system have finished the construction of the first wormhole station at the edge of our system. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp.